Okay, so we're back working on this thing. Didn't get a whole lot done today, but I did get the radiator back in, alternator bracket, power steering pump. Got that stuff kind of just on there, mostly because I was just getting it out of the way of the tire because I had it sitting here. I did finish up putting the axle snap rings in, so got the wheels and the hubs and everything back on. The stuff's in there, and I think I said it in the other video, but I did get my yoke. I had the U-joint, and I did get the other seal today, so I'm going to take you underneath. I didn't film any of it, but I'll take you underneath and talk about it. Alright, so this is pretty much going to be the final setup. I did get the different yoke. U-joint's good. The straps came in today, and the new pinion seal came in. So I took my old pinion seal out, the one I just put in a couple days ago. Got a different one. This one actually fits inside a little bit better. The other one went around the outside and kind of stuck out pretty far, and it actually hit the yoke, so I couldn't get the yoke in all the way. So this is in there now, and that's how it looks. I mean, it actually looks really good. The yoke does get pretty close to the filter, but hopefully that's going to be okay. We'll have to see how it does when the engine torques under load and see if it actually hits. I think it's far enough away that even if it does torque, it might nick it, but hopefully not rip it open. I guess we'll see where that goes. But U-joint's in the shaft, and I also did get the... got this little dust boot there, so it actually looks pretty good. Looks pretty much how it should be, and the pullout isn't that far. So this shaft actually looks pretty decent. I think the angle's gonna be pretty good. I guess we'll find out. Also had the transmission mount come in. I'll show this to you guys if you're not familiar with the four-wheel drive transmission mount. So this one's a little bit different than the two-wheel drive. It does have the wider mounting. It actually has two mounting points on the bottom that are pretty far apart. So my cross member is going to have to go a little bit farther forward than it was before. Cross member that I had before was originally bolted into here, and it went about straight across from this bolt hole. So this thing does kind of line up with the torsion bar key and the existing holes that were there for the cross member that was there before. I did cut that side off before, so I had to cut that off to be able to get the transmission up in this little opening. So there are some holes on the bottom here that I think that's what I'm gonna build off of, and should be pretty decent for a mounting point. And I just have the transfer case and everything held up with a jack stand right now. I'm gonna put the jack back under it when I go in and go to sleep. But tomorrow I'll be working on getting the transfer case back off. I'll be building the engine mount. I just got to take the transfer case off because I don't have a gasket in there right now, so I'll have to take that thing off and get the gasket in, and we can put it back on, tighten it down, and it should be in for good. Once the cross member is built, I'm going to be measuring for the drive shaft. So take the little bag off, and then I'll be able to measure for the drive shaft. The one I have down here is going to be quite a bit too long now, so I'll be measuring for the shaft. Once I get the transmission cross member built, then I'll know exactly what the positioning is going to be. Then after that, while I'm waiting for the shaft to get cut down, I can start bolting all this stuff back together, putting turbo kit and everything back on, and hopefully I might just take my time on that. That usually doesn't take that long. That's usually like maybe a couple hours to get all that stuff back together. So that'll maybe be a day. Drive shaft will take a couple days. So maybe we can start working on this thing, or do something else. Do some TIG welding maybe. I gotta refill my argon bottle, but maybe we can do that while we're waiting on the drive shaft. Is do some more practicing with the TIG welder. Try to get some more aluminum practice. But we'll see. We'll take it one step at a time. Did make a little bit of progress on this. I know it's not very exciting stuff, but I feel like this was some bigger stuff that I was concerned about, and now I feel pretty good about it. So tomorrow, welding, cross member, yeah,